more women are asking, where is the true love at? Why the men won't get married? And I want to play with this sister has to say, because, you know, this is a legitimate issue and problem we need to discuss in the black community.
I'm starting to understand why men don't want to get married in 2026, and it's obvious. These men go out there and they literally bust their ass, and they trust you enough not to get a prenup, go through with it, right? Marry you. You know, things hit the fan. Go left, y'all get a divorce, and you want to leave him with nothing. Feels like she is entitled to all the assets, properties, and all the things that you have and had before you even got married. That she had no part in, but she thinks she's entitled to that. If y'all even built something within that marriage, by all means, split that. Or whatever you have to do. But why come after shit that you ain't have no part taken? You can't leave this marriage with what you came in with and what he came in with. Why? Why you gotta be so evil? This is the same woman that said, I do till death do us part. We locked in forever. It's the same woman, right? So in love with you, but want to leave you high and dry without a penny in your pocket. This is the same person, right? Y'all savages. Where is the old, like, love nowadays? There is no, we're done. We're going to work through this. Whether it's counseling, whether it's, like, we pray together, whether we're going to make it work. What happened to that love? Y'all all in it for something. It's sad. I don't understand that.
Well, she asked, where has the men gone? Well, you know, you lost a lot of men with mass incarceration, for one. And then when men get out of jail, prison, then it's hard for them to get a job, credit, a place to stay. So that creates more of a problem, right? Then the men that you do have that's out here, it's going to be a little bit more scarcity for you. That's why I tell a woman, if you meet a good dude, snatch him up. Don't be like, oh, I got time, because you don't have time. Because you're going to be sitting up there one day lamenting about the guy you could have been with, and maybe the guy got married and all that, and maybe he was feeling you, but you didn't want to, you know, because you felt you had time. You don't have time to do a single solitary thing. The time you have is now. That's just period. When she talking about the divorce aspect and taking half, that's a lot of reason why a lot of men, especially men with money, really don't want to get married a lot of times. Unless they have this very, very, very ironclad prenup and no court can pierce. That'd be the only way. Because why would you work for something as a man, build up a business, build up a retirement, build up all this stuff, and then just because she want to leave, she can take half of everything. Now, if she said, if you build something in the time of the marriage, I get it, 2,000%. But if he did this before the marriage and all of that, then no. But that's the danger, and that's why a lot of men don't want to get married, is because that you could just leave anytime you get good and ready. You could take my kids anytime you get good and ready, and nobody's going to shame you for it. Nobody's going to get on you about it. Yeah, that's not really too much of a good incentive for men. So you could be dealing with all this stuff with the court and get thrown on child support. You know, it'll floor you what these people will do to you in these courthouses. But the love haven't went nowhere. It's just the men decided to stay in the house. They are being like the pandemic a lot of times. But let's see what happens, because that's kind of what it is. The route y'all going and the way this country is going, hardly nobody gonna be married. Marriage is gonna be looked at as a relic from the past, and they're like, oh, I know you old because you married, that sort of thing. But they think that's cool. But I promise you will see in the long run why you need to be married.